Hi, my name is Megone Trewick with the Law Office of Brian Fagan, and today I want to talk to you about 5 facts when it comes to probate. When clients come to me, they, in addition to the creative plans that we come up with for them, one of the main reasons why they come to me is because they want to avoid probate. There are many good reasons to avoid probate. It is time consuming, it is expensive, and it is also public. Therefore, your neighbors will know what's going on in your family. Your neighbors will know what you earn, what you own, what your husband or wife or whoever left for you. So I do understand avoiding probate is important. Today, however, I want to talk to you about 5 important facts about probate. Probate is really the court's process, a court proceeding for changing title on assets owned by your deceased loved ones to a new person. So if, for instance, you have a bank account, or if your deceased loved one had a bank account or so forth, and it's just in their name, they didn't have a transfer on death deed or anything on there, it's not co-owned, then you need to go through that probate proceeding in order to access those funds. And so you can see why a court is needed in such situations. I always say to people, if you're alone, or if you already know who you want to inherit your property, go ahead, change the pay on death beneficiary on there, add whoever you want to. Guess what you just did? That asset does not have to be probated. That asset does not have to be disclosed anywhere. It's not your property on your death. It immediately transfers to that person that you want. And so it's a wonderful way to avoid probate. Another thing I want to share with you is that not all property needs to be probated. And you may say, but the estate of someone is whatever they own when they pass away. And I say, yeah, that is their estate. However, if they have left beneficiaries, for instance, if you have a 401k, IRA, an insurance policy is a great example. The insurance policy designates the beneficiary. Therefore, at your passing, unless you held some right to designate a beneficiary, or if you held some right to yourself, when you pass away, that property does not get counted in your estate, is outside your estate, and passes to that beneficiary without the need for probate. And you have accounts that you may own jointly with someone. When you pass, that person who is on there, that property is now solely theirs. It's not a part of your estate. It does not need to be probated. Third thing, probate does take a long time, and it can be costly and it can be expensive, and so you have to pack your patience. When you file that application and you provide that will to the clerk so that the clerk can look at the will, if it's a situation where you have a will that you're going to probate, that entire thing takes time. You have to go down to the courthouse. You have to bring the will. You have to park. Then, after you've done all that and they've verified the will, then you have to serve everyone that needs to be served. You have to notify the creditors. All those things take time, and guess what? All those things are things that an attorney has to be involved in, and it can be costly. All those things are time that the court has to set on its docket, and it can be pretty lengthy. Fourthly, being in probate while you're alive is the worst. It is. If you have to go to court in order to get guardianship, you are exposing your entire life. You're exposing that proposed ward's entire life to the public. It's public. It's in the public records. Anyone who cares to know the illnesses for that proposed ward will be able to. And you can see how it is an infringement on your privacy. If you had a loved one who is a very private person, and then you're going to the court to say, Your Honor, this person now has dementia, this person has incontinence problem, you can see how embarrassing a probate situation, a living probate situation. In fact, I have had people who say, Megone, truthfully, living probate is worse than even death probate. And to some extent, I do see that, and I do empathize, and I do understand it. Fifth thing I want to tell you about probate is that with a little planning, you can avoid the entire need for probate. And that's why I do what I do. That's why I do estate planning, primarily to put a probate attorney like me out of business when it comes to you needing to probate that will. When we do your will for you, hopefully by the end, if we have taken all the steps and you've done what we have asked you to do, you will not need to see inside of a courtroom, and you will have avoided probate. Thank you again. My name is Megone Trewick. It's a joy to share these videos with you. If you want to see more like this, visit us at www.brianfagan.com. Thank you again.